Guys, in industry, when a product passes through multiple process to convert the raw material into finished goods, that time company uses process costing to record all the transaction related to product. So in this video, we are going to discuss some MCQs of process costing, descriptive as well as practical. So hello दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है जय परमार and you are watching an educator. Let's start the class. So here is the first question. Unit introduced is 2000, actual production is 1700 units, normal wastage 10% of input. Find out the units of abnormal wastage. So let's start it. 2000 units were introduced. Then there is a normal loss, that is 10%. So normal loss, that is 10% of input. So 2000 units were inputted in the first into 10%, so you will get your value of normal loss, that is 200 units. So your normal production, or you can say expected production, should be how much? It will be 1800. But what is your actual production? Your actual production is 1700 units. So if you compare both of this, normal and actual, so if you will found that actual production is lower than your normal production. सो यहाँ पे आपको लॉस हो रहा है. जो आपका एक्सपेक्टेड प्रोडक्शन था 1800, उसके सामने एक्चुअल प्रोडक्शन है 1700. सो देयर इज अ डिफरेंस ऑफ 1700. आपको 100 डिफरेंस ऑफ 100 यूनिट्स, आपको यहाँ पे 100 यूनिट कम मिल रहे हैं. सो दैट इज योर एबनॉर्मल लॉस. सो योर करेक्ट आंसर इज 100 यूनिट्स, ऑप्शन सी. मूविंग टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Opening stock is 2000 units, closing stock 4000 units, unit sold 24,000. Find out the unit introduced. So here is a simple formula to find out that sales is equal to opening stock plus production less closing stock. So you are given with few of the amounts. So first amount is sales, that is 24,000. is equal to your opening stock, that is 2000, plus production, but you don't have the production, that is the amount you need to find for this question, less your closing stock, that is 4000. So now you will liberate this. So 24,000, you will change the position of closing stock, so it will be on this side now. So it will be convert from minus to plus, that is plus 4000, and the opening stock from plus to minus. So side changes. 2000 is equal to your production. So your amount of production will be 26,000. So here is the correct option, that is 26,000. Moving to next question. 1500 units were introduced in a process. Rate of normal loss is 10%. Actual units of production are 1380 units. Then what will be the normal loss or gain? Again the same way we need to find this. So unit introduced are 1500. This is your unit introduced less normal loss, 10% of 1500. So it will be 150. So you will get your normal production, or you can say expected production, will be 1350. But what is your actual production? Your actual production is 1380. This is your actual production. So it means your actual production is higher than your expected or normal production. Means आपने जो सोचा था उससे ज़्यादा यूनिट्स आपको मिल रहे हैं. So कितने यूनिट्स ज़्यादा मिल रहे हैं? That is 30 units. So if you deduct this, so you will get your answer in negative figure. So this minus 30 is your gain. You are expecting higher loss, but you occurs a less loss. So this is your 30 units abnormal gain. So correct option is this, abnormal gain 30 units. Moving to next question. 4000 units are introduced at a total cost of 68,800. Normal loss is 10%. Each unit carries a scrap value of rupees 10. If the actual output is 3640 units, what will be the value of abnormal gain? Here you need to find the value of abnormal gain. अब तक जो questions थे उसमें यूनिट से यहाँ पे वैल्यू एबनॉर्मल गेन फाइंड करनी है, उसकी अमाउंट फाइंड करनी है. सो यहाँ पे हम लोग दो कॉलम प्रिपेयर करेंगे. फर्स्ट इज फॉर यूनिट्स and second one is for amount. So units are introduced, that is 4000 units, amount is 68,800, less same way normal loss, that is 10% of unit introduced, so a unit will be 400 and you are given with a scrap value, यानी कि जो आपके normal loss है उसकी scrap कितनी मिलेगी आपको. So that should be again your part of income, so it should be deducted here. So total unit loss is, normal loss is 400 units into scrap value of each unit is rupees 10. So you will receive 4,000 rupees. So it will be deducted from the cost. So your unit of normal production will be 3,600 and your normal production cost will be 64,800. Now you have to deduct the actual production. So you will find your abnormal gain. So your actual production is 3640 units. So if you see again, normal production is lower than the actual production, or you can say actual production is higher than your expected production. कितना यूनिट ज़्यादा आपको मिल रहा है आपके एक्सपेक्टेशन से? That is 40 units. So this 40 units is your abnormal gain. बट दिस इज द यूनिट, नॉट एन वैल्यू. यहाँ पे आपको वैल्यू फाइंड करने को बोले. सो वैल्यू आपको कैसे फाइंड करनी है? सबसे पहले आपको नॉर्मल कॉस्ट पर यूनिट फाइंड करनी पड़ेगी. सो हाउ टू फाइंड दैट? बाय दिस वे, नॉर्मल कॉस्ट पर यूनिट इज इक्वल टू नॉर्मल कॉस्ट डिवाइड बाय नॉर्मल प्रोडक्शन. सो हियर इज योर नॉर्मल कॉस्ट, दैट इज 64,800 divide by your normal production, that is 3,600. So you will get per unit price rupees 18. So now you will get your value of abnormal gain is equal to total units, that is 40 gain, 40 units, and multiply with cost, that is 18 rupees per unit. So it will be total 720. So here is the answer, that is 720. Moving to next question. If total incurred cost in a production process are 30,000 and number of output units are 5,000 unit, then what will be the cost? Quite simple. Total production cost, so means cost divide by units output. So quite simple it is. Total cost is 30,000 divide by your units output, that is 5,000 units. So it will be rupees 6. So the correct answer is 6. Moving to next question. 50 units are processed at a cost of 370. Normal wastage is normal wastage is 10%. Each unit carries a scrap value of rupees 2. If the output units is 40 units, what will be the normal cost per unit? Here you have to find normal cost per unit. Right, read the question carefully. Normal cost find करनी है आपको. So again let's start it. You have to prepare a 2 column. First is for unit and second is for amount. So your unit introduced are 50 units at total cost of 370. This is not a per unit cost, remember this. Then less your normal loss. Normal loss is 10%, so 10% of 50 units will be 5. And the scrap value is also there. So what is the scrap value? That is rupees 2 each. So total your normal loss, that is 5 unit into rupees 2, it will be 10. That will be your scrap So if you deduct your normal production, or you can say your expected production in units will be 45 and in amount will be 360. Now in this case you don't need to find out abnormal loss or gain, because यहाँ पे आपको सिर्फ normal cost per unit पूछा है. So you have the enough information to find out that. So normal cost per unit will be normal cost divided by normal production. So your normal cost is 360 divided by 45. That is your normal production. So you will get the correct answer, rupees 8. That will be your normal cost per unit. So here your correct answer is rupees 8, option A. Moving to next question. In a process, abnormal wastage is 200 units, which is 2/3 of normal wastage. Normal wastage is 2.5% of units input. Actual production is 11,500 units. Calculate the unit input in a process. Now, it is a bit a difficult question, so you have to read it twice. You are given with few things. First thing is abnormal wastage in units, and उसका indication दिया है that this abnormal wastage is 2/3 of normal wastage. Then normal wastage is 2.5% of units input. पहले abnormal wastage की यूनिट दी है, उसका इंडिकेशन दिया है कि ये normal wastage का 2/3 है. अब normal wastage के परसेंटेज दिए that it is 2.5% of unit input. Actual production is 11,500. So it is quite simple. Calculate the unit input in the process. You have to find the actual unit introduced in the process. So first let us find the units of normal wastage. So normal loss in units, that it is said that abnormal loss is 200 units, which is 2/3 of normal wastage. So you can simply do it that 200 multiply by 3 divide by 2, you will get your normal loss, that is 300 units. Now this normal loss is 2.5% of unit introduced. So simply, if normal loss is 2.5%, then rest of the units will be 97.5%. Suppose it will be like this. Suppose unit introduced is 100 less normal loss is 2.5%. So rest of the units will be on 97.5%. So right now you have the value of this 2.5%, that on 2.5 the units are 300. How much for unit introduced at 100? So you will get, by doing this calculation, 3000 into 100 divide by 2.5. Sorry, it's not a 3000, it will be a 300 only. So you will get total units 12,000. So correct answer is 12,000 units. Moving to next question. A product passes through a 3 process. At the end of the 3rd process, the finished stock is 7866 units. If the normal loss in 1st, 2nd and 3rd process are respectively 10%, 5% and 8%, and there will be no abnormal loss or gain in any process, then what will be the unit introduced in the 1st process? आपको 3rd process का unit दिया है, that is 7866. Yes, it is your finished stock, and you were asked to find out the unit introduced in a very first process. and you are given with few normal loss percentage in each process, that is process first, second and third. एंड आपको ये भी बोला है कि यहाँ पे कोई नॉर्मल लॉस या नॉर्मल गेन, एबनॉर्मल लॉस या एबनॉर्मल गेन नहीं है. सो इट बिकम्स क्वाइट सिंपल व्हेन देयर इज नो एबनॉर्मल लॉस और गेन. सिंपली आपको एजम्पशन देना है दैट यूनिट इंट्रोड्यूस इन फर्स्ट प्रोसेस is equal to 100 less normal loss again in first process is given 10%. So deduct 10%, you will get 90. This is your input for second process, unit introduced for second process. Now in second process again you have to deduct your normal loss for second process, that is 5%. You can see here. So 5% of 90, so it will be 4.5. So again deduct this, so you will get it 85.50. And again this output of second unit is unit introduced for third process. So again less normal loss of third process, that is 8%. So 88% of 85.50, so it will be your 6.84. So you will get the outer figure is 78.66. This is your finished stock, or you can say output in third process. This is your finished stock. So you have the value as well as percentage. Your percentage of finished stock is 78.66 and you have the unit, that is 7,866. Now you can easily find the unit introduced in first process. So on 78.66 your unit introduced are 7866. What will be your unit introduced in first process at 100%? So become simple. 100 multiply by 7866 units divide by 78.66. So you will get the value, that is 10,000 units. Your answer will be 10,000 units. So moving to next question. Unit introduced in a process is 1000 at a cost of 324 per unit. Normal loss considered 15% of unit introduced. Scrap value is 120 per unit. Actual production at the end of process is 825 unit. Calculate the value of abnormal wastage. Here you need to find the value of abnormal wastage. So let us start it. You have to prepare two columns. So first will be unit and second will be of amount. So unit introduced are 1000 units. Price of each unit is 324 per unit. So 324 multiplied by 1000. So it will be 3,24,000 less your normal loss, which is 15% of unit introduced. So it will be 150. And you are also given with the scrap value. Scrap value is 120 per unit. So 150 into 120 per unit. So it will be 18,000. Deduct this both the value. You will get your normal production. Your normal production in units will be 850 and in amount will be 3,06,000. Now less your actual production. Your actual production in units are 8,825. So if you see, your actual production is lower than your expected, यानी कि normal production से कम है आपका actual production. So there is a difference of 25 units. So this is your loss, abnormal loss. This is in units. You need to find the value of it. So how to find the value? First of all, we need to find normal cost per unit. Normal cost per unit. So your normal cost per unit will be normal cost divided by normal production. So here is your normal cost, that is 3,06,000 divide by your normal production 850. So you will get 360 per unit. And now you can easily find your value of abnormal wastage. So your units are 25 of abnormal wastage into 360 per unit. So it will be 9,000 total value of your abnormal wastage. Moving to next question. Production in process 2,125 unit, normal wastage 10%, abnormal wastage 1/2 of normal wastage. Find out the unit introduced in the process. So let us start again. यहाँ पे भी हमें वापस assumption लगानी पड़ेगी 100 से. Suppose unit introduce 100 less normal loss is 10%, so it will be rupees 10, and again less abnormal loss. So there is an indication that abnormal wastage is 1/2 of normal wastage. So your normal wastage is 10 into 1/2. So it will be 5. So what should be your actual production will be 85. Now you have the actual production, that is 2,125. So again you have to put a simple formula on 85. You have 2,125 units. And what will be the unit introduced at 100? So simple way, you have to calculate this way and divide with this. So you will get your value 2,500 units. So your correct answer is 2,500 units. Moving to next one. A production passes through 3 processes A, B and C in department of Anurag company. Actual production at the process C is 8,892 units. Normal wastage in production A, B and C are respectively 3%, 4% and 3%. Actual wastage in process A, B and C are respectively 4%, 5% and 2.5%. Calculate the unit introduced in process A. Now यहाँ पे आपको 2 types of wastages दिए, normal wastage and actual, right? Normal wastage means what? Which is expected, which is normal, but actual कितना हुआ? अब actual क्या होगा? Normal plus abnormal. This is equal to actual. So in this case we have to compare both of these wastages and we have to consider for each process whichever is higher. Now let's find the first, that here is your process A, B and C and normal loss is there and actual loss is there. So you have to consider the loss whichever is higher for the calculation of the unit introduced in process A. So in process A, higher loss is actual loss, that is 4%. In process B, again the higher loss is actual loss, that is 5%. But in process C, the higher loss is normal loss, that is 3%. So you have to consider this. Now moving to next question. Now we have to solve this. So again, same way, suppose unit introduced in process A is equal to 100 less actual loss, that is 4%. So it will be 4. So you will get 96 for process B as a unit introduced in process B. Again, actual loss is higher, so we'll consider this actual loss is 5%. 5% of what? 5% of 96. So 5% of 96 will be 4.8. Deduct it and you will get 91.20 for process C as a unit introduced. And again, in this process C, you have to consider normal loss because it's higher in the value. So normal loss is 3%. So it will be 3% of 91.20. It will be 2.28. So for N, you will get finished goods at the end of process C will be 88.92. So now it's quite simple. You have the value as well as percentage of finished goods on 88.92. Your value, your units of finished good is 8,892. What will be the unit introduced at 100%? So you can solve this by the simple way. On 100 multiply by 8,892 divide by 88.92. So you will get the answer 10,000 units. Moving to next question. Next question is byproduct means. बाय प्रोडक्ट वो चीज होती है जो आपके मेन प्रोडक्ट के साथ में आपको एडिशनली कुछ मिलता है विच इज हैविंग द लेस इंपॉर्टेंस. उसकी आपके मेन प्रोडक्ट जितनी इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं होती बट वो उसके साथ आ ही जाता है ऑटोमेटिक. सो हियर द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज प्रोडक्ट ऑप्शन सी, प्रोडक्ट ऑफ लेस इंपॉर्टेंस इन कंपैरिजन टू मेन प्रोडक्ट. मूविंग टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. जॉइंट प्रोडक्ट. जॉइंट प्रोडक्ट यानी कि आपका एक प्रोडक्शन है उसके साथ में उसकी सेम वैल्यू का सेम इंपॉर्टेंस का दूसरा प्रोडक्ट आ ही जाता है साथ में. दैट इज कॉल्ड जॉइंट प्रोडक्ट. दोनों प्रोडक्ट की सेम इंपॉर्टेंस होती है, सेम वैल्यू होती है. दैट इज कॉल्ड जॉइंट प्रोडक्शन. सो ये द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी, दैट इज टू सेम इंपॉर्टेंट आइटम्स. Example of manufacturing where process costing is used include. So options are chemical manufacture, petroleum refining, manufacturing of liquids. Option B, continuous process of high volumes of low cost food items such as tins of pigs or beans or bottles or tomato ketchups. Both A and B or none of this. So process वहाँ पे यूज होती है process costing कि जहाँ पे एक ही प्रोडक्ट को बनने के लिए मल्टीपल लेयर से पास होना होता है. So if you see the option A, chemical में मल्टीपल लेयर ऑफ प्रोसेस होते हैं, रिफाइनिंग देन सेपरेटिंग देम, सेम वे पेट्रोलियम. देन ऑप्शन बी में भी अगेन सेम है. फूड आइटम्स विच फूड आइटम्स को पहले प्रिपेयर करना होता है, देन दैट पैक्स इनटू अ टीन्स एंड ऑल. सो हियर द ऑप्शंस, करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज ऑप्शन सी, बोथ A and B. Moving to next question. Process costing is applied when. कब process costing apply होती है? Process costing तब apply होती है जब आपका process multiple process या multiple layer से पास होता है and the business is your number of production is large. So here the correct answer is large number of identical products are manufactured. Moving to next question. Which of the following business is likely to adopt a process costing system? आपको चार ऑप्शन दिए, आपको बताने कि इसमें से कौन से बिजनेस को प्रोडक्ट प्रोसेस कॉस्टिंग यूज करनी चाहिए. सो प्लान मैन्युफैक्चरर्स, कंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनीज, शुगर रिफाइनिंग यूनिट्स एंड प्रिंटिंग प्रेसेस. सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज शुगर रिफाइनिंग जब भी कोई चीज़ रिफाइन होती है तो उसको मल्टीपल लेयर ऑफ प्रोसेस से पास होना होता है. मूविंग टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. एबनॉर्मल लॉस इज चार्ज टू प्रोसेस अकाउंट, कॉस्टिंग प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस, नॉर्मल लॉस और ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट. सो जो भी कोई लॉस होता है इट ऑलवेज चार्ज टू प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस. सो करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज कॉस्टिंग प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. मूविंग टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग पेयर इज ऑड. यहाँ पे आपको कुछ कॉस्टिंग मेथड्स दिए, उसके सामने उसके रिलेटेड बिजनेस दिए. सो आपको ऑड फाइंड करना है, विच इज नॉट करेक्ट. ऑड मीन्स विच इज नॉट करेक्ट. कंस्ट्रक्शन, उसके सामने दिए कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कॉस्टिंग, सो इट इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. शिप बिल्डिंग, इट इज अ जॉब कॉस्टिंग, एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. ब्रिक्स मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, इट इज नॉट करेक्ट. इट इज नॉट कम्स अंडर अ प्रोसेस कॉस्टिंग. इसको मल्टीपल लेयर से पास नहीं होना होता है. ट्रांसपोर्ट अंडरटेकिंग इज ऑपरेटिंग कॉस्टिंग. सो योर करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज ऑप्शन सी.
Now here are two formula which is mostly used for process costing. The first one is for to find out abnormal loss or gain, right? तो value of abnormal loss or gain ये find करने के लिए use होता है. So first this is either it can be your loss or either it can be your gain. So abnormal loss और gain जो भी आपको find करना है वो आप रख सकते हो. Multiply by normal cost. Normal cost means your total cost minus scrap value of normal loss and divide by normal production. Again this is the unit introduced minus unit of normal loss. So this is the formula for finding out the cost of abnormal loss or gain. Now and the next formula is a normal cost of normal output, or you can say cost per unit. So this is the simple formula: total cost minus scrap value of normal loss and divide by normal production. So in this case again normal production means your total unit introduced minus normal